Your scouting report say about Woodland, Andrew?
Breaking ball is up, 1 ball, 1 strike. They're pretty good. Woodland is not known for like football and stuff like that, but they've always had a good girls softball team. They always seem to do well with girls sports and basketball and teams like that. That's low, 2 balls and 1 strike. So they'll be one of the tougher teams in the region. Of course, Cartersville is ranked in the top 10 too. 2 balls and 1 strike.
So then after Woodland, we'll get to come back home, like we said, and we'll get to take on Hiram in a doubleheader on Tuesday, and then go back on the road Thursday for a doubleheader against Altoona.
Yeah, 2 former region foes. Hiram was in our region back in like the early 2000s, and Altoona the early 2010s. There's a bouncer foul, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I don't remember the Hiram days, but I do remember the Altoona days.
I remember Hiram because when I was my first few years at the Big AA, back when we still had that Dodge Caravan, that red van. I don't know if you remember the red van.
No, I only remember the Ford Freestyle.
Yeah, so
van.
The old.
That's how we can date what when we were here.
The old red van. I remember I got to drive that. Swing and a miss, and that'll be strike 3, and Cash is out number 2. But I remember I actually went and broadcasted a game at Hiram when I was still in high school. So Hiram was one of our region opponents back then.
Number 10,
Allie Elliott will come to the plate now. She's 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a run scored.
There's a fly ball, hits a right field. Late start, but another diving catch over there by the right fielder, Madron. She's made some dandies of plays over there, and that'll end the 5th inning with no runs coming across. The score, Cedartown 4, Southeast 2. Back after this here on the Cedartown Bulldog Sports Network.
Looking for a good used vehicle? Don't go out of town. Come see the folks at Dingler Motor Company, 526 North Main Street. Bad credit, no problem. Dingler Motor Company can get you back on the road in no time with their in-house financing. Top quality pre-owned late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Stop by and check out their wide selection at 526 North Main Street across from Live Wire Surplus. Call them at 770-748-0906. Search them on Facebook at Dingler Motor Co. That's Dingler Motor Company.
Cedar Valley Golf Course has been the place to play golf in Cedartown and Polk County for 100 years. Locally owned and operated since 1924, Cedar Valley Golf Course offers 18 holes of some of the most beautiful fairways and greens in the area. Cedar Valley Golf Course is a proud supporter of the Cedartown High School Bulldogs and the greater Cedartown and Polk County region. Call today for tee time, 770-748-9671. Located just south of Cedartown at 1811 Buckhannon Highway. Cedartown's original golf course, celebrating 100 years. Cedar Valley Golf Course.
Ladies, Dawgs softball on your hometown station of Big AA.
4-2 is your score as we go to the top of the 6th inning. Southeast showing some leather, keeping them in this ball game. It's really been their defense, Andrew, and especially their right fielder, Madrid, that has kept them in this ball game. 3 really good catches out there in right field has kept this a 2-run ball game. The Lady Dogs are going to have to answer with some good defense of their own as we head to the top of the 6th inning.
Cash 5 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. She is up to 70 pitches. There's a called strike. 0-1.
Cheyenne Blevins will start things off here in the top of the 6th for Southeast. It'll be 3, 4, and 5 due up for the Raiders.
Lady Bulldogs in their all black. The Raiders in their gray tops, white pants, gray socks. 0-1. Outside. Ball 1 ball and 1 strike. You're talking about the Atlanta Braves. First, the 1-1 pitch about to be made. And here it is. Hard hit to third, and that's all the way to the left side. That's going to make it to the wall. Westmoreland runs it down. She's going to be at second base with a stand-up double with nobody out, and that'll bring the tying run to the plate. That's one of the hardest hit balls we've seen today for Southeast Whitfield.
Yep, that was a hard hit one there, and Pittman just couldn't get over to it, and by the time that Westmoreland was able to cut it off or get to it at all, it was all the way to the wall. So that will be a leadoff double there for Blevins, and that'll bring up Allie Azurdia, and she'll come to the plate 0 for 1 with an RBI off of a sac fly.
That's going to bounce up there. 1 ball, no strikes. Bad release point for Kristen Cash. 1 ball, no strikes. The Braves, I believe, is it Bryce Elder starting today for Atlanta?
It is Bryce Elder on the mound against the Brew Crew.
Bad news is Ronaldo Lopez to the 15-day injured list. That's high and outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Retrograded to retroactive to August 2nd with some elbow issues, and we hope it's nothing serious. Having one of the best years of his career. That's outside. 3 balls and no strikes. Of course, Chris Sale, I think, starts in this series at some point. He's a front runner for the Cy Young, and the Braves haven't had a Cy Young contender since Tom Glavine, maybe?
It's been a
Greg
while.
Maddux. It's been quite some time. Here's the 3-0. Liner right field, base hit. Stopping at third base is Blevins. The throw comes home. They're at the corners with nobody out, and the Lady Dogs are in trouble here in the 6th.
And this is where those stranded base runners can come back to
Absolutely.
haunt you. You had an
Absolutely.
opportunity to cash in a couple of more runs and make this more than just a 2-run ball game. And it also goes to prove why good defense there by Madron could come back. Smith's going to come out from the dugout and have a talk with the infield and his starting pitcher, Kristen Cash, as well as his catcher, Kendall Howard. The coaches' poll came out. Your Georgia Bulldogs, overwhelmingly the number 1 pick, as we thought. Ohio State, Oregon, Texas, Alabama, the top 5.
Yeah.
Thoughts, Mr. Carter?
SEC is still king. I find it strange, well, not strange, but kind of funny that none of the national championship teams from last year are anywhere near the top.
The University of Washington, that played in the national championship game,
Is not the same team as last year.
They are returning 3 starters, and out of their second string, they are returning 3 guys.
Yep,
And that is
completely
it.
new team.
So 6 guys from your starters and your second string squad are coming
And what's
back.
so crazy is the teams that finished first and second last season, both of their head coaches are gone.
Yep.
Both are gone.
Michigan is coming in preseason coaches poll ranked 8th.
Yeah. Washington probably farther down than that. Got a pitching change, so and also a defensive switch as well. Kristen Cash is going to go over and play first base. Looks like Avery Elliott will go over and play at third. And now pitching is Shaylee Pittman.
Washington not in the top 25 in the coaches poll.
Strike called from Pittman, 0-1 the count. So close the book on Cash. She goes 5 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 hit, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. The runners on are her responsibility.
Now, you got to remember, Pittman pitched on Saturday against Pepperell and threw 100 pitches. You got to see just how much she's got left in the tank here.
That bounces up there, 1 ball, 1 strike. You know, a lot of times you talk about pitchers and you think about baseball pitchers and softball pitchers. With softball, even for fast pitch, it's a different ball game because it's not nearly as much stress on the elbow as it is.
Different mechanics, yep.
Different mechanics. So a lot of times softball pitchers can go a lot more throws. That misses away, 2 balls and 1 strike. Tying runs at first. Now we have time called as Kendall Howard will head to the circle to talk to her new pitcher.
You'd love to get a nice, easy out here, whether it was courtesy of just a little ground out or a strikeout, just something that doesn't move the runners.
The inning began with a solid double to
pop
left
out.
field, and then that single to the right side. And that's the counts for the 2 runners, and now Kendall giving a sign to her defense. Piper Shoemaker will foul one at the plate. That one hurt.
Yeah, she's going to have to walk that one off. Probably going to give her plenty of time on that one. Looks like it went off of her left foot, hobbling a little bit, trying to shake that one off. It's going to sting. Wow.
The third base coach who has a prosthetic leg actually pulled his leg off and said, "You want my leg?"
Yes, he does.
And that's probably the best thing I've seen today.
Yep. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 on, nobody out.
Here comes the 2-2. Called strike 3, outside corner, got her looking.
And that's exactly what Pittman and the Lady Dogs needed right there. That's the first out of the inning.
Southeast Whitfield, number 8, Michaela Finley.
And that'll bring up number 8, Michaela Pendley. Pendley, 1 for 2. She comes to the plate with runners on the corners and 1 out.
Pitch from Pittman is outside for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes.
Lady Dogs trying to limit the damage here, trying to preserve the 2-run lead.
Southeast has not scored since that 2 runs they put up in the first inning. Threatening here. 1-0 pitch. A little tapper towards shortstop. Runner will advance to second, throw to first in time. Runner goes home. It gets away on a wild throw, and the runner will move up to third. And now the tying run is at third with 2 outs. It's 4-3. And you knew when that throw went over to first base, the runner was going to try to score.
Yep.
And really almost, I would almost rather have the runner at second base and give up that run than have the runner at third base and still give up the run, because that means a wild pitch, a little base hit or something like that would score the run and tie it up. Here's the pitch. Strike called, 0-1, inside corner to Kidd. That's Lydia Kidd, 0 for 2. So a good chance for Pittman to maybe get the out here. Hit on the ground past first, and it's going to be into the outfield. They'll throw to first, and it's over the head. It's going to be a tie ball game.
And that's why with that play down at first base, instead of throwing home with it and challenging the runner coming from third, you'd rather just put that one in your pocket, because instead of your runner standing at third base, they're probably still going to be standing over at second base. But instead, the runner comes home. You've got now a runner at second, and it's a tie ball game, 4-4. 2 runs for for Southeast Raiders in the first. Now 2 runs here in the 6th, and we're all knotted up at 4 apiece.
Foul back, strike 1. I thought for a moment they were going to get the out at first base because they had time they had time for a 9-3 put out there, but the throw overshot the bag and then allowed the runner to go to second base. The go-ahead run at second. 4-4 tie here in the top of the 6th with 2 outs. The 0-1 pitch on the way. Ground ball foul down the right side, 0-2. Two runs in here in the 6th.
Southeast looking for more. They want the lead.
Pitch misses high and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Pittman trying to get the Lady Dogs in the dugout with it all knotted up.
One-two pitch. Just missed outside. 2-2. Pretty good pitch. Pretty good pitch.
I agree with you on that one.
Two-two delivery. Fouled away. Still 2-2.
Good battle here at the plate. Summer Madron, who made 3 outstanding catches for Southeast over in right field that kept them in this ball game, now battling here at the plate, trying to give the Raiders the lead.
2-2 misses low and in. Ball 3, throw to third. They did not get her. Again, third baseman playing in front of the bag, and they might have gotten her if she was farther back. I know they were playing for the ground ball, but weren't able to get her that time. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and the go-ahead run at third base. 2 runs have come in. This runner at third is Pittman's responsibility. The 2 runs that scored are charged to Cash.
Coach Smith came from the dugout
Only one of those runs earned.
asking for the umpires to get together on it, and they are.
Yeah, safe is the call.
Yeah. And I hate to say, but I agree with him.
I'm afraid
on that
so.
one.
I think they were hoping for maybe a swipe tag, but unfortunately, like we said, she was playing in front of the bag, and that's where she was supposed to be defensively. But you got to back up toward the bag at third when you're getting that throw if the throw is on line. 3-2 pitch on the way. Got her swinging for strike 3, but the damage done. 2 runs come across, and we are tied as we head to the bottom half of the 6th, 4-4. Back after this.
Make the right play. Go to Peach State Ford in Cedartown today.
Rush to Peach State Ford in Cedartown. Peach State Ford has a championship lineup of new and pre-owned vehicles. Peach State Ford is now open in your backyard.
Peach State Ford is proud to be part of your local community. Whether you're waiting for your vehicle to get serviced, picking up a part for your vehicle, or stopping by to check out a new vehicle for yourself, Peach State Ford offers a wide range of amenities to enhance your experience. Peach State Ford in Cedartown, 2076 Rockmart Highway, 770-748-3673. Live Wire Surplus. Stop in today at 546 North Main Street. New items are arriving all the time. At Live Wire, they have unbelievable deals on lawnmowers, weed eaters, and leaf blowers. But that's not all. How about your patio? Live Wire has top-of-the-line grills, patio tables and chairs, fire pits, and so much more. All fresh off the truck, brand new, still packaged, and priced to sell. Live Wire Surplus, 678-861-5021. Take your truck. You're going to need it to load up on the savings.
Lady Dawgs softball on your hometown station, the Big AA.
Tie ball game as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Southeast striking for 2 runs. 4-4 is your score. Blevins still out on the circle for Southeast. She has pitched a gem so far for Southeast through 5 innings, given up 4 runs. All of them have been earned, 3 hits. She has walked 4 and recorded 5 strikeouts. Kristen Cash's game came to a close. She went 5 innings, 4 runs, 2 earned, 5 hits, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. Shaylee Pittman came in relief. She would pitch the 6th. Gave up 1 hit, 2 strikeouts.
Henry hits a little pop-up to the pitcher, 1 pitch, 1 out.
Not the way that you want to start off the bottom of the 6th with a tie ball game. So that'll bring out the number 9 hitter in Mariah Westmoreland and a chance to get on base and then turn the lineup over and get to the top of the order in Haven Barclay and your speed. And that's where the production has come. And that's where you want to get to, Andrew.
Absolutely. Well, Sam, you mentioned it earlier. Runners left on base have been a problem. There's a foul ball and a bunt try there by Mariah. Strike 1.
That's something we struggled against Pepperell with on Saturday as well. Got to get those base runners home.
Mariah walked 0 for 1.
On Saturday, Cedartown left something like 5 or 6 base runners on in the first 3 innings.
Low and away, 1 ball, 1 strike. She squared the bunt, then put the bat back on her shoulder as soon as the pitch was delivered.
So far, your line, Southeast, 4 runs on 6 hits and 2 errors. Cedartown, 4 runs, 3 hits on 3 errors.
And those errors have been costly, as they usually tend to be. 1-1 from Blevins. Off-speed pitch and a nasty one. Caught the outside corner. 1-2. Just froze Mariah that time.
She had been struggling locating that pitch back in the 3rd and the 4th inning, but it seems like she might have caught some type of second wind, unfortunately, for the Lady Dogs. And she's able to locate it again. Did so there against Westmoreland.
She reaches out and slaps that one foul down the left side.
Just trying to spoil that one and stay alive.
Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes to Mariah Westmoreland, the talented freshman. All tied up at 4-4. 1-2. Foul back. A good contact there. Headed back toward the practice football field. The scoring for the Lady Raiders kind of bookending the game we played so far. 2 in the first and 2 in the top of the 6th inning here. We're in the bottom half of the 6th right now with 1 out. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Mariah Westmoreland with Haven Barclay on deck. Pitch is a bit low for ball 2. Good take there by Westmoreland.
Really good eye there by the young freshman for the Lady Dogs. Tell you what, she's one of the future stars of this program if she sticks with it, and I'm sure she will.
Here comes the 99th pitch from Blevins, and she hits it foul. That off-speed pitch able to stay alive, 2-2.
But with that kind of pitch, and we know that that's what you have to do with it, you just kind of have to throw the bat at it and just make some type of contact just to stay alive, and that's exactly what she did. And you kind of saw the smile on her face. She kind of laughed about it, but you just have to spoil it and stay alive to see another pitch.
Here comes another 2-2. That one all the way back to the backstop. She came back and just heaved it to the plate there, and that's ball 3.
And, it almost seems like that the more that you can work against Blevins, the more frustrated she gets because she's not getting that off-speed pitch. She knows that that's her go-to put-out pitch, and when you spoil it or when she doesn't get that call, it frustrates her. So you just got to keep going, and you just got to keep working at it. You got to keep spoiling that pitch off, and eventually she's going to give you something to hit, or she's going to make those mistakes like she was making earlier and throw it in the dirt.
Ball 4 outside. Located a hard pitch pretty well there, but just missed on the outside, off the outside corner, and a 1-out walk. That's a great at-bat there by Mariah Westmoreland. It brings the top of the order to the plate.
You just roll it over, and we go right back to the top, and that's going to bring up Haven Barclay, who is 1 for 1 with a run scored and a walk. Her last at-bat was the big stand-up triple that went all the way to the wall, and if she does that again, it would put the Ladies Dogs back on top, and you've got a speedy runner over at first base in the form of Mariah Westmoreland.
She reached base safely in the first inning on a hit batsman. Bunts it down the left side, foul, strike 1.
Good idea. We'll see what she does now with a strike on her here.
No balls, 1 strike. Westmoreland at first base with 1 out. Blevins, her 103rd pitch on the way. Bunted again, foul left side. That time she kept it on the ground. She bunted it in the air the first time, so now one would think the bunt sign is off. And Hafen will probably be swinging away here, but honestly, an extra base hit is what we need right now.
Yeah, and she's got to watch. She's got to watch for that off-speed put-out pitch because you would think Blevins may go to it here ahead 0-2.
She does, and she swings and misses for strike 3. The throw goes down to second base and not in time. That one just fooled Haven Barclay, and she's retired for the first time in this game, first time this season. So she's no longer batting 1,000.
That'll bring up Shaylee Pittman. She'll come to the plate with the runner now at second base.
I think she was thinking, boy, I can just drive that pitch, but it just dropped off the table right in front of her, and she was unable to make contact.
There's just nothing you can do with it once it does that.
Upstairs, 1 ball, no strikes to Shaylee Pittman. Now the pitcher, pitching in relief of Cash.
Blevins trying to keep this game right where it is for Southeast. The Lady Dogs trying to jump out and grab the lead back here in the bottom of the 6th. 4-4 your score.
Here comes the 1-1. Ground ball, base hit up the middle. Westmoreland takes the turn from third, throw to the plate. Not in time. Cedartown back on top, 5-4. RBI double for Shaylee Pittman. 5-4 Lady Bulldogs back on top of the Southeast Lady Raiders.
Well, and she helped her own calls right there. She didn't do too much with the ball there, Andrew. She knew exactly what she needed to do. She split the gap. She put it into center field, and she let the speed of Westmoreland just bring her on around.
It's her first base hit today, and it was a big one.
Good piece of hitting there by Pittman. Good bit of base running there by Westmoreland. The slides scared me to death, though, because it looked like she was going to stop about 2 inches short of home plate. And with a throw coming in like that, she didn't have room to stop.
Thankfully,
2 inches short.
thankfully for Cedartown, the throw was wide of the plates.
That'll bring up Kinsley Boozer. She comes to the plate with 2 outs and the runner at second base.
Strike called outside corner, nothing in one the
Now
count.
the Lady Dogs would love to tack on an insurance run here and make this, again, a 2-run ball game.
Boy, you know it. Boozer's walked twice, scored once. She's 0 for 1. Looking for her first hit. Ground ball to second base. Great backhanded grab. Throws on the first in time, and that will retire the side. But the Lady Bulldogs retake the lead here in the bottom half of the 6th inning, 5-4, thanks to an RBI single or RBI double by Shaylee Pittman, and she will come here in the top half of the 7th inning to try to close it out after this 60-second timeout on the Bulldog Network.
Bradford's Drug Store on North Main Street in Cedartown is your locally owned and operated Good Neighbor Pharmacy. Bradford's accepts most prescription plans, and remember Bradford's for all of your gift and decor needs. Bradford's pharmacist takes time to get to know you, explain your medication, and answer any questions that you may have. Go by and see Bill Brewster and all the fine folks at Bradford's the next time you need a prescription filled. Also use their convenient drive-thru. Bradford's Drug Store, 500 North Main Street, Cedartown, 770-748-3100. And all the folks at Bradford say, go Dogs.
Rocky and Patty Tillery, 2 Cedartown High School graduates, and they stayed right here in the county and went into business. They employ right at 100 people, and they've been doing that for a long time. Most of their work is from out of the county, but they want to push our youngsters here, no matter what they're doing, Little League, Pony League, high school baseball, basketball, football, and soccer. And that's Polk County Public Service. They appreciate serving you. Lady Dogs softball on your hometown station, the Big AA.
A big bottom of the 6th inning for the Lady Dogs. They reclaim the lead, and it is 5-4 as we head to the top of the 7th inning. An RBI double by Shaylee Pittman, and now she is back in the center circle for the Lady Dogs.
Cedartown trying to go to 2-0 and pick up their first region win of the season in their first region game. The pitch must have been low, I guess. 1 ball, no strikes. Looked like a great pitch. 1 ball and no strikes.
9-1-2 due up for Southeast. Liberty Franks up first for the Raiders. Franks is 0 for 2.
Ball 2, missed high and away. The 2-0 on the way. Bunted, try, strike. 2-1. I think it was a called strike. I don't think she went for the bunt.
I agree. That's what it looked like to me.
2 balls and 1 strike. 5-4 lead. Lady Bulldogs taking the lead back in the bottom half of the 6th in a clutch form. Fouled at the plate, 2-2.
Shaylee Pittman with a,
Just call her Miss Clutch.
I mean, just a heck of a hit there to bring home that go-ahead run.
Well, and again, that just shows why you have someone like Mariah Westmoreland in that 9 hole in the lineup. When she gets aboard, she gets to second base. A hit like that will score.
Absolutely.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Franks, and the pitch. A little bit low, I guess. 3-2. Strike zone is tightened up a bit here. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Franks. And the payoff pitch. Ground ball hit to shortstop. Boozer up, throws, got her, out number 1.
We'll go back to the top of the order. It'll be Avery Skiles,
Number 30.
the backstop.
Skiles.
0 for 2, a run scored, a strikeout, and 2 walks. 0 for 1, excuse me. A run scored, 2 walks, and a strikeout.
She was walked her first 2 consecutive plate appearances today, but then retired after that. Upstairs, ball 1 to her, 1 ball, no strikes. First time that Skiles has faced Pittman in the circle. One 0 pitch. Ground ball right to third. 2 outs. Right place, right time there for Avery Elliott. Or rather, Allie Elliott right there. She was playing in from the bag, got that on 1 bounce and plenty of time to throw over to Kristen Cash at first. And 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning, and it's up to Rylan Schuler with 2 outs and nobody on.
Schuler 1 for 3 with a run scored. Southeast down to their final hope here.
The pitch. Outside, ball 1. Schuler back in. And the 1-0. Swing and a miss. A rise ball that she couldn't get. 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. Top of the 7th. Bounced up there. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Great pitching performance this afternoon by Kristen Cash, who got the start and went 5 innings. Shaylee Pittman has come on here in relief after picking up the win on Saturday against Pepperell in her pitching performance. She went 5 innings, 100 pitches in that outing. Coming in relief here, trying to close things out against Southeast.
Here's the 2-1. Called strike 2, and the Lady Raiders are down to their final strike with 2 outs. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases empty. Lady Dogs on top 5-4, top of the 7th. And Shaylee looks in, the pitch. A little tapper, picked up at third, throw to first. Got her! Yes! What a play over there by Elliott. Came in front of the pitcher, picked it up and threw on to first, and they got her. And the Lady Bulldogs pick up their first region win by the slimmest of margins. The final score is 5-4. Let's take a quick timeout, and we'll come back and wrap this one up here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network.
Cedartown Automotive is your one-stop for all your automotive needs. Oil changes, new tires or tire repair, brake work, tune-ups, air conditioner service or repair, think of Cedartown Automotive. Cedartown Automotive is a longtime supporter of Cedartown High School athletics here on WGAA. Cedartown Automotive on East Avenue in Cedartown. Give them a call today at 770-749-5040 or stop by their beautiful location for fast and friendly service. And all the folks at Cedartown Automotive say, go Dogs!
Are you ready for steel equipment, that is? At Croker's Hardware in Cedartown, we've got all the steel equipment. Blowers and shredder vacs, chainsaws, augers and drills, trimmers and brush cutters. We're very proud to be a retailer for the steel product line. As an independent dealer, we can provide many services that the big box chain stores just can't match. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff is always ready to help you select the equipment that meets your specific needs. So call Croker's for a steel today. That's 770-748-4842 to learn more about steel in Cedartown.
Lady Dogs softball on your hometown station, the Big AA.
5-4 is your final here from Cedartown High School as the Lady Dogs pick up their second win of the season. The first win in region play, knocking off the Southeast Whitfield Raiders. The Lady Dogs coming back in the bottom of the 6th, Andrew, to take the lead after Southeast would tie it up in the top of the 6th. Shaylee Pittman coming through clutch for the Lady Dogs with the go-ahead RBI double, and then, pitching in relief. Just a great job all the way around. Kristen Cash got the start. Shaylee Pittman wrapped things up, and just a good overall win for this Lady Dog squad.
It was, obviously there's a few things that I know Coach Smith would like to improve upon. Definitely a little slop, some defensive miscues in the game that I know we'd like to clean up, but Lady Bulldogs able to come through in the clutch. The scoring went like this: 2 runs in the top of the first for Southeast Whitfield. We responded with 1 in the bottom half, so we trailed all the way up into the bottom half of the third, where the Lady Bulldogs put together 2 to take a 1-run lead. We'd add another run in the 4th inning. But then on the top of the 6th, 2 runs would come across for Southeast Whitfield to tie it up. But as we mentioned before, Shaylee Pittman with that clutch RBI double to drive home Mariah Westmoreland to give us the 5-4 lead. The final line on this ball game, 5 runs, 4 hits, 3 errors for Cedartown, 4 runs, 6 hits, and 2 errors for Southeast Whitfield. Lady Bulldogs will be on the road, our first road game of the regular season, as we head to Woodland to take on the Lady Wildcats, and Sam Branch will be on the call for that. Radio only, first pitch on Thursday at 5:30 p.m. here on the Big Double A. Sam, final thoughts?
Again, just a great game, another great performance, and you love to see them start off with a region win here in region play. It's going to be an interesting year, but you love to see them get a region win here at home to start things off. Looking forward to the road game on Thursday.
Absolutely. And I'll be listening in from my remote location as well. Hope you have a great rest of your Tuesday, folks, and thanks for joining us for Lady Dogs softball here on the Cedartown Bulldog Sports Network. Good night, everybody.
W291.